the midst of you. I feel the love, I feel the energy, and I'm going to try to do this without crying because I get emotional. I love to see women supporting women. I love that because so many times we don't do that. And when I see it, it's emotional for me because I want to help promote uplifting our women. I want to promote loving on each other, our sisterhood. We need that. And to see you ladies doing it, and you've been doing it for 19 years, congratulations to you. Please continue that. I'm honored to be here to share my book, and thank you so much, Trisha, Roberta, Barbara, for thinking of me, to even invite me here. I'm going to get away from this podium.
I like to be out in the midst of everybody to feel that. So I'm going to feed on your energy. Hopefully you can feed on mine. Let's give it back to one another. So I think Trish has some questions.
As part of our book club, and when we have authors, we ask a few questions related to the author writing and how they get started. So Dyone is going to do 4 pieces for us. But in between, we're going to get to know her and get to see how she came about becoming who she is as far as author and dancer. So first of all, we'd like to know, when did you decide you wanted to be an author?
Okay, speaking of uplifting and supporting, I have a friend of mine who kept saying, Dyone, you're writing all these stories and these poems, why don't you put them in a book? But I first became interested in poetry back in high school. But it wasn't until my grandmother died in 1995 that I started writing with a vengeance, not a vengeance, but with more passion. And I wrote about my grandmother passing. That was the most emotional piece. That was my therapy, if you will. And I wrote about her dying, and I submitted it to the Library of Congress, and they selected that to publish in one of their poetry books. And from then on, I just started writing, kept writing, until somebody just convinced me to put it in a book.
So we would like to know, how long did it take you to write that book?
These poems in this book, the book was published in 2008. But I had started writing after 1995, when my grandmother passed. And then 1999, I think I did a whole lot of them. Something was going on in 99. I was writing a lot. So it was just over a period of years.
Okay, and we can see, I have always been able to feel your spirit. So I would like to know, give us something that's an interesting quirk about you in your writing.
An interesting quirk. I think my husband can, I think he can testify to this. What I do, sometimes I'm asleep. And when they say your gift is a gift from God, yes. When I'm sleeping, a lot of times my poetry have come through dreams. Yes. I wake up in the middle of the night, and I have a pad and pen by my bed, and I'll just get up and start writing. I go in the bathroom, I'm writing. And a lot of times my husband will wake up, he said, what are you doing? I'm writing. Don't talk to me, I'm writing. So he knows not to even talk, don't ask questions. Oh, here she is, she's writing again. But usually it just comes to me, and that's, you could call it a quirk, but I just wake up in the middle of the night and start writing with my nightlight on.
And where do you get your ideas?
I get my ideas, believe it or not, from friends and family. I write about things that my girlfriends are talking about. I write about things that are passionate to me. I write about food because I love food. As a matter of fact, Trish, if you don't mind, I'm going to start with one of my pieces.
I hope you do.
This is when people ask me that question, I like to answer them with this piece, and it's called I Write. Sometimes when I'm restless and I can't sleep at night, I pick up a pen and paper and I begin to write. I feel a certain power from the moment I begin, as my thoughts form into words and start flowing from my pen. I write about being in love. I write about being in pain. I write about my love of dancing. I write about a summer's rain. With my pen, I have the loudest voice, or I can remain silent should I choose. It strips me naked and bears my soul, but the urge I can't refuse. So I write. I write about what turns me on. I write about what turns me out. I write about laughing out loud. And what I think life is about. When I hear a smooth jazz tune, I write. When I witness a wedding in June, I write. When I gaze at a magnificent full moon, I write. When a child is taken too soon, I write. I write to free my mind. I write to soothe my soul. I write when life is unkind and when the injustice is taking a toll. I write about my people before me and those who are yet to be born. I write about President Obama, who took this country by storm. And sometimes, when I'm feeling melancholy, my spirit is not quite right, I go to that place inside myself. I pick up a pen and I write. I write to the younger generation to encourage them to lift a voice. I write to those with a gun to their head who feel they have no choice. I write about leaving Alabama and finding myself a good man. I write because I want to. I write because I can. I am the poetic mistress.
Yes, yes.
And I write. So that kind of says it all for me. All of those reasons are the reasons why I write poetry. One of my passions.
So, what does your family think about your writing?
My family has always been supportive of my writing. My father, now that's a different story. Sometimes I can write about something that may be a little raunchy, and he has a problem with it. I heard you've been writing those nasty stories. But for the most part, my family, they're very supportive.
And, okay, so what was one of the most surprising things you learned in writing a book?
One of the most surprising things I've learned is it takes time to write a book. I found that you need other eyes. I went through a printing company, actually. I didn't go through a publishing company. It was more economical for me. So when you go through a printing company, you do all the work. All they're going to do is print it. So you need other eyes, and I was very fortunate to have other people to volunteer to edit, to look at the format, and I rewrote some of the poetry because of that. So I just learned that it's a lot of work. But if it's your passion, and if it's something that you really want to do, you will stick with it until it's done. So that's what I learned.
So then what do you like to do when you're not writing?
Well, when I'm not writing, I love to dance. I'm a dancer. We gotta do a poem. Do we have any other dancing people that love to dance? Everybody should raise their hand because, you know, the rhythm is already in us, right?
Yes.
So if you're anything like me, once the music starts pumping and my juices get to flowing, straight to the dance floor, that's where I'm going. Spinning and twirling, bumping and grinding, getting lost in my world, and all the time finding a higher level, a higher high, a new source of energy, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm a dancer, baby, wild and free. I'm a dancer, baby, so just let me be. Line dancing, high-fiving, cha-cha and such. I get high on music and it don't take much. Yeah, line dancing, enhancing my skills to a T. I don't need a partner to dance with me. But if you take me out on any dance floor, I'll dance until you can't dance no more. Sweat just a pouring, skin just a glistening. My bones might be creaking, but I ain't listening. I'm a dancer, baby, wild and free. I'm a dancer, baby, so just let me be. Now, hand dancing old school, that's my favorite thing. Stepping and bopping to that old time swing. I can't get enough. I can dance till dawn. And then when I wake up in the morning, turn my music on. Because I'm a dancer, baby, wild and free. I'm a dancer, baby, so just let me be. Now, here's one thing I want you all to know. That wherever I am and wherever I go, if the music is pumping and they play my songs, I'm going to get up. So you best leave me alone. Because whenever that bebop music gets to playing, my fingers get to snapping, my hips get to swaying. Sometimes you wait too long. You look around for me and I'm already gone. I'm a dancer, baby, wild and free. I'm a dancer, baby, so just let me be.
All right.
If you don't know, dancing is what I like to do when I'm not writing. I like to
Now, you're going to do a piece for us that you want to do a little preparation for.
Okay, it just take me just a few minutes. Can I go out and come back in?
Yes.
So the piece that I did, I'm a dancer, that's in the book. And this next piece I'm going to do is not in the book, but I'm going to give it as a presentation. And just give me a minute.